I'm going to start writing some things that this is sort of a pop quiz. I want you just to think through this for a minute.
Oh boy.
Cheat. Let's just see you write out the order of color.
Oh.
Number 2, so we're just kind of, I'm just kind of making your brains think a little bit this morning. I want you to just write the order of color. Number 2, I want you to write out any additives you can think of for beside each color. So like if you list it, then right beside it, you can just draw a line and write any additives you know. And then I also want you to write what test those colors are used for.
Ooh, that's where I should.
Oh, me too.
Okay? Just give me your best.
I sure will help.
Okay, you should have 7 things here. Just a few minutes, quick and easy. I'm just going to read this for the recording. Number 4A says you are ordered to obtain a CBC, a fasting blood sugar, and a CMP on a patient. Which test should you draw first in the order of draw? And then 4B says, pretend you got that same order and then another one for a patient who needs a liver panel and an A1C. Which one of these 2 residents or patients takes priority in terms of who you should go see first? And then give a reason why you think that's the correct answer. Give you 3 more minutes here. I would rather you write down something wrong than nothing at all. Okay, right here you should have gotten, tell me.
Yellow,
Blue.
light blue,
Light blue. Red.
gold,
Green.
lavender.
Lavender and gray.
Good.
And that's as far as I have on memorizing anything to do with the tubes, if I'm gonna be honest.
All right, did you add anything for additives?
I put sodium oxalate for lavender.
No.
No, okay.
That would be EDTA is the main additive for that tube. And you were probably thinking of potassium oxalate,
No,
Is that for gray?
Why was
Uh-huh.
that?
I put that. Yes, I got one.
which is sometimes added to gray.
Yeah.
What's the main additive in gray if you really want to impress me? What's the always in gray?
Was it the sodium one?
Sodium fluoride.
Yeah.
I put that.
Oh,
Okay.
so I had literally sodium fluoride and potassium oxalate squished together in my head like it was one thing.
Yeah.
That was all I put was sodium fluoride.
What else did you get, Demi, for additives?
I didn't. I put EDTA on yellow. I was that confused.
Well, 2 of them don't even have additives or have inert stuff. Like,
I put sterile on yellow. I just put it sterile.
I'm not going to give you any points for that because there is an additive in yellow. It's sterile.
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 Batteries, abortion.
Which, can I cheat and look at my notes and tell you? Because I literally
In just a
wrote
second,
it
Kim.
down.
Did you have anything else for any other additives in any tubes?
Light blue, I put EDTA.
No. Come on, teacher. Sodium citrate is what's in light blue.
And I don't know where why I put heparin on gold and green.
Okay, so I thought sodium citrate.
Green heparin is correct.
It is?
Yes.
Yes.
Woo! Gold is either empty or it's got a clot activator in there, like sand,
yes,
glass,
I remember you
or the
told me
gel is in the
that.
bottom of the tiger top tube,
This has a-
which sometimes goes in here. It's not really, when you go look at it in the book and review this, you'll get it. All right, what'd you get for test here, Butters?
Oh, gee.
Any of them?
A complete
I
blood
I
count.
wrote some stuff.
For
but
what,
probably
too?
not right. Light blue, I
No,
CBC?
I'm
Oh,
just
I'm
asking
sorry.
Aaron. What color did you-
Write down a tube?
You said complete blood count, but
Yeah.
what tube did you assign it to?
I put it for yellow.
Okay.
That's what I was-
That's only what, Maura?
I'm sorry,
What test does yellow tube for?
sterile test for CBC?
Nope.
That's what I put.
It's got to be sterile, but what are we actually testing for?
Oh, blood infections.
Ah.
Remember, bacteria is a living organism like you. It's competing for oxygen, food, or maybe not oxygen, and to live and reproduce. And we don't want them in our blood. We only want our cells in our blood. And so if there's an infection like that in there, they're growing, they're multiplying, they're causing real bad fevers and sickness that's going to make you dead soon. So it's got to be sterile to make sure we're only getting that life that's in your blood out. When you think of blood infection, that's what you should be thinking. You should be thinking like a viral infection or something. I mean, a viral infection you would pull with another tube because it's not a bacteria. It's not. You don't have viruses on your skin that's naturally there and could be messing up your test results. Did anybody get any other tests written down for any of the colors? Yes.
I put CBC on light blue.
Okay. Does anybody know what that one's for? It's the one I was passing around on Tuesday with the little liquid in the bottom. I kept saying something about 9-to-1 ratio.
Serum and plasma.
No.
Confusing.
Blood clotting studies.
Okay. That's on light blue?
Uh huh.
Okay.
Remember, you take blood thinners, all that stuff. Demi, did you get any other tests written down? What else did you have?
I put chemistry on green and lavender.
Okay, green is correct for chemistry. You can look at all this in chapter 8 where it shows you the pictures of the tubes. And yeah, okay. Anything else on those? All right. Good. You should be getting better at that.
I should be, but I feel like I'm.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's confusing.
Everybody succeeded here. Look how far we've come. We can quit worrying about this, and I can start working on this, which we've already done a lot of work on. I got 1 out of 3s on it, and you at least said something of a chemistry word in there, and I'm proud of you for it.
We will get there.
Okay. What about this one? What did everybody put for this one? Tell me your answers.
I put the fasting blood sugar, the CBC, and then the CMP.
That's also what I put.
I put fasting blood sugar, CMP, then CBC.
So everybody put CBC last.
No.
No,
all
I
on
put
the
mine
good.
second.
Okay. What tube color is a CBC drawn in?
We just said that, didn't we?
Lavender. So it's going to be last test to draw. That's number 3 in order of draw. What color is fasting blood sugar drawn in? Or a blood test for sugar, diabetes type stuff? That's not very teacher of me to my description, but gray, right? Because it contains that chemical that is an anti-glycotic that halts glucose breakdown. And so it goes number 3. This is number 2. My bad. And a CMP is what? What does that test stand for?
Complete metallic.
Metabolic panel.
I'm terrible with these words.
Yes,
I'm
that's
so
good.
sorry.
No. Don't. I'm not going to criticize you. So what are we testing in there? Chemistry, right?
Chemistry.
And it's green or gold or red, so it's going to be first in order of draw.
Okay.
So it's CMP,
CMP,
CBC,
Yeah.
FDA.
1, 2, 3. It's a
I got the 2 of them backwards.
okay. And I should have thought about this a little bit more. I couldn't come with one off the cuff, but I'm asking you to read this question and draw out an important piece of information that's similar between them. So what was your thoughts here? Tell me what you wrote and give me your reason.
Well, I said the first patient would be drawn first because of the fasting blood sugar because they haven't ate anything. But then
That's what I put too.
then down here you see though they're doing A1C, so
Okay, well that's very encouraging because everybody's keying in on this fasting blood sugar. They can't eat breakfast till they get it done, right? Well, what else is affected by your food intake immediately after you eat?
Your liver.
Cholesterol levels or liver enzymes. It's got to go to work the stuff. So sometimes it needs to be fasting.
So it's
Okay, and we've talked about that a few times. So, yeah, both. There's no real reveal to you here. I wanted to see how you're thinking critically on this. How you are. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, where you got a mass casualty and you're like, okay, this guy can live. This guy can. He's not going to live, and you're sending them off. What's that called?
I know what you mean, but I also
Triaging.
Oh.
Triaging.
You lost me there.
I'm having some trouble thinking this morning. And A1C, yes, it is, and so it kind of messes you up a little bit. But this is, what does it tell you about your blood sugar? What did I say
To which part?
about A1C?
The levels of glucose in it, that if it's high or low.
Yeah, but that morning,
Oh,
a week, for what is it telling you time-wise? It's over like a 3-month period, remember? And so I think it's safe to assume I know it's got to do with sugar, but it's nothing like immediately today do with sugar. So that's not like, they don't have to be, I'm not going to consider that my answer when I'm already thinking about 2 other fasting issues here. Okay, it's just a blood test that tells me about the hemoglobin and how much sugar that has been bound to that hemoglobin. So it's a long period. Good. I'm really just trying to help you think critically and not second guess yourself.